So that's working now. I'm gonna take the touchscreen from here and put it on that one because the one that came with that one was scratched up. So that'll end up with one working monitor. And I mentioned I had multiple monitors. This is a monitor I had stored because the LCD screen is cracked on the inside, but the digitizer is relatively clean and not really scratched up. This is the monitor we were just working on, and it has this cracked kind of scratch, deep scratch in the glass. And although the digitizer probably seems to work, I don't want people like touching this crack because it's actually, you can feel the edge of the glass. So I'm gonna swap these two, and then we're gonna seal everything up and test the monitor. All right, we've already done the switch. We've tried to seal this back down with some aluminum foil tape, and we've lined the edges of the touchscreen with this black cloth tape. We did that because the other one actually already had that on there, although this one is done a little better. I might touch this up before putting it in, but we're gonna screw everything back together and test out the monitor. So I took out all three of the monitors I had. This is the one we were working on that we just swapped the touchscreen digitizer for the one that's not scratched. The board in here is the one we changed all the capacitors, so it's working fine. This is the one that was from the game, and it was working fine. One thing I did was the board, the the LED driver board from the one we just worked on, I actually put it in here, and I put the one from here into here. We're not testing the LED driver board, so it doesn't matter which one we use. The reason I did that is because there's a capacitor on it that's a little too big, so it didn't fit, so it's sticking out of this hole right here. I'm gonna change that, but I ran out of the proper size, so I'm gonna do this later. So by putting this LED board in here with the smaller capacitor, it fits in here. So if everything works fine, we're just gonna leave that in the game. This third one are the parts that are not working right. This has the scratched touchscreen. It has the old CFL driver. We're not changing that because we don't have another LCD to work with, because this LCD is actually cracked. The main board is not in here. This is the third main board. This is the one we tried to fix that had the glitch, and we did fix it by changing the capacitors, but I don't have the 22 microfarad capacitors, so I'm gonna not put this in anything yet. Once we change that out, we're gonna have this as an extra board, just in case something happens in the future. So recycle, extra board, working working LCD that we know works because it was on the game, and the one we're about to test. So let's get this on the machine and test it. Okay, we have the screen that we were working on in the last couple of videos on the game. Back covers off so we can get to the control panel for the LCD. It's plugged in, and we're gonna test everything, including the brightness again and the touchscreen. Again, I'm not worried about those lines when you first turn it on, because I think it has something to do with not finding the right input, because that board in the back I think has multiple inputs. So as we can see, it's turning on. While it's turning on, I'm going to look at the screen menu and see if I can get the right buttons pressed. Let's see, contrast. So right now we're using LED backlights, not the CFLs. Seems like it's, brighter than the CFLs. Anyway, it's going to be hard to adjust the color until the main game screen comes on. Maybe there's a reset we can use. Factory settings. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we just set the LCD back to factory settings. That color actually looks really good with the new backlight, the new LED backlight. I think we should probably just leave it alone. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is if the edges... Oh no, it looks like the edges are actually properly set. So there's no horizontal or vertical settings to adjust. Well, let's go ahead and exit this menu. Exit. And without even calibrating anything, let's try the touchscreen. Okay, that's not bad. Let's go into the menu to reset button and see if we can calibrate the screen. Let's see here. I think it's here. Oh, that's just the colors. Well, it looks good to me. That's not what we want though. I'm not sure how many more of these we have. Well, we can actually look at the... Yeah, I think actually it is a little bit too much to the left. There's a black line here. So we might adjust that. Yeah, you see that? That dot should be on the edge and we should see a dot there. So we can use this probably to calibrate the screen. Let's see here. Vertical. Well, this looks. Let's look at the other menus. Auto color adjust. Here we go. Horizontal position and vertical position. Let us try the horizontal position first. Oop. See that dot? No, there's a dot there, but it's too far. So let's go back. So we see a dot there and a dot there. There's a dot on the bottom and a dot on the top. We might want to bring it down just a little bit. So let's go to the vertical position and we dropped it down just a little bit. Let's exit this. Go back to that calibration again. Okay. Let's kind of skip forward. It's better than it was. That's not bad. Maybe it's a little too tall. There might be another setting to shrink it down. We'll worry about that later. So we can't really make it taller or shorter, but it's really not that bad. So we'll leave it alone. So we'll call the monitor calibrated. Let's calibration test. Oh, here we go. So we're calibrating the touch screen. Oh, sorry. I think I need to press calibrate. There we go, not calibration test. Okay, I need to press it exactly on that dot. Oh. And apparently you have to hold your finger just a moment. There we go. So let us exit this now. Exit. And let us try something. I set it to free play for now. Wow, the color looks so good. More touchscreen. Let us try Fortune Taipei. All right, this is a lot of touchscreen activity going on here. Da, 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 da. Oh, I might have messed that up. There we go. I think my finger's a little oily or something, but touchscreen seems to be working fine, so I think it's a success. So from a dead monitor to a fully working monitor with new bright LED side lights, new capacitors, probably going to last for a really long time.